Hello everyone, I'm Mjalltir, and welcome to a pretty quick VBR battle where we've got one of these guys and a couple friends on the water up against 4 tanks whom I am immediately going to turn off so they don't drive into the water, and one of whom has already perished. Okay, I may have been too late about the water part. You know, consider an intentional missile dodging tactic that worked marginally. Alright, I'll respawn these two guys. Okay. Although I don't think it will make much difference, as these guys have nowhere near enough armor to tank huge or large missiles, and nowhere near enough DPS and or accuracy to hit decently quickly moving skimmers or a long-range guy like the Pybros. I say though, they did manage to do 2% damage to it. They started the battle at 94. And well, speaking of damage, these guys are good at taking it. I don't know what's up with this guy's aim. Oh! Dustbreaker went too close. Other Dustbreaker also went too close, but doesn't die. Nope, did die. Okay. Canon enough, guys. That'll be the end of this one. The Pyro Buzzard at 92% will be the lone survivor of the battle between Guard and these other guys, the 4th and 4th. Thank you all for watching. Hello everyone, this is Mjalltir. Welcome to a totally not scuffed battle, which is running at great speed and will have no issues whatsoever. Between Mjalltir and their friends in the Vltavan Commonwealth up against a VBR carrier fleet, which you see before us. VBR will be joined by reinforcements at some point, if they survive long enough. Actually, I guess at some point either way. And yep, this is what we're here for. I'm getting that going as an insurance policy because I really don't have high hopes for this battle being at all quick. Do we have an update on how the setup for the other battle's going? Is it just about ready, Graver? I know some of it will depend on the outcome of this one. But if we at least kind of see how this one's going. And if there's no setup, then that's fine too. This is just, the capital battle's not even, no. We are deciding what forces will make it to Rodina. Yep. The good news is, at least, I hope that this turn will end some wars one way or another, and we'll have less than 10 battles next turn. But I am not entirely confident in that. We'll see. Yeah, we've got the usual diff misses. So far, so no one dead. But there are a lot of forces here, and it's going to take a lot of time for that to happen. You know, at least we're not below a quarter speed. Usually a third is what we get. And this is a lot bigger one, so a quarter is not terrible. The sign of death. Can I grab one of these? Yes, I can. Alright, chat. What do we think is the chance it misses? I'm betting 99%. Yup, they are all missing. Oh, maybe. We got 1 or 2 hits. Check that out, guys. The diff isn't totally useless after all. Alright, let's hitch a ride to something over here. Not the worst shift caps I've ever done. I feel like these guys are a decent place to situate the camera for a little bit. We can get a health check. I don't think enough times happened for anything to even get below 90. A spear long at 94, 96, doubtless 95. Despot 96, Despot 98. And the crosswinds 83 and 91. Not great, not terrible. Let's see how this missile salvo does. I don't think that Mjalltir have too much in the way of missile defense, but I could be wrong. Oh, we're seeing a couple flares get 2 damaged. Might be a saffron or something over there 2 damaged too. Or nope, more likely a flare. It's at like 4%, yep. Mjalltir definitely does have some missile defense, but some of these guys are still getting through. Just a couple though. A lot better than eating the whole salvo. To get a tactical level view, it's a mess. Those saffrons are taking some decent damage though. The Doubtless is the biggest guy in the battle, I think, and he's 95. Spearlongs are mid-90s. I mean, the Despots are holding their own so far. But once enough of their planes get attritted, I'm not sure what in tarnation. No! Rest in peace. You see, Mjalltir, this is why you don't team up with uncivilized navies. They'll just do this to you. They have no respect for the civilized ways of collision avoidance. Is that another one that probably also got rammed? I bet it was. Yeah, I don't see super telltale signs of ramming, so maybe not. But it certainly could be. Okay, the Despots are still 95, 94. They are eating some missiles. Ooh, 90 even now. And the APS is dead on this guy. Nope, just part of the barrel. That is a nice thick heavy armor box to make sure the rest of it stays alive. Doubtless over here, meanwhile, is at 94 and appears to be bearing the brunt of the attention from the Despots. Interesting. So this guy's got one turret that is not like the others, and I think is the Sea Whiz, but I'm not certain. I think I saw it shoot down a missile or two earlier. Looks like it's switching targets now. Not due to a kill, just due to other stuff getting closer, I guess. A couple of the flares. Oh no, not the flares. What are these guys? These guys are the arc flashes, which are the two bigger jets that each carrier carried. So there's 4 of these guys in total. Let's see if they're all still alive. Arc flash, arc flash. Arc flash, arc flash. So all 4 still live, and they carry some pretty big missiles. So out of 10 flares, you can see that we've got 7 left on this guy. And what is that, 8 left? So only 5 out of 20 flares have been shot down. And although actually the damage on that despot is good, man, what happened to him?
Could we get the backup yet?
Yes, I will give you that now. And a quick battle check. So 94 and then 77. This guy, got his railgun chamber gutted by something through the side. And meanwhile, over there, is that a flare's been killed? Okay. What is the backup? I guess I should know this. It's Vltavan. The second light, which is 2 crosswinds and 4 dustbreakers. Okay, and then 4 of Mandrake. I sure hope these are aircraft, not skimmers. I've been known to do this before. They look like aircraft. They are awesome. Okie dokie. And then I heard that you want a retreat on the 77% despot. Okay. And we are back with fresh reinforcements spawned in for Vltavan, consisting of 4 Dustbreakers, 2 Crosswinds, and then 4 Mandrakes. I think this is the first debut of the Mandrake, but I'm not certain. I definitely don't recognize it. But it could have been featured previously in a small number. We will see how much the reinforcements are able to do. Please don't do that. Okay. Flying close to show how skilled of pilots they are, surely. And then I also gave the order for this 77% despot to try and retreat, as instructed by Bongo. So we'll see what the reinforcements are able to do. It was looking meh for Vltavan before, with only fairly light damage to the Despots, and decent damage done in turn against the Doubtless, and some of the stuff like the Silences, and Spear Longs, and decent attrition among the Saffrons. But we'll see now that one of these guys is pretty much out of action, if the other one can carry on and keep its efficacy. Both still have their missiles, it seems, although this guy's missing some. But Mjalltir do still have their Sea Whiz, so it will always be somewhat ineffective, the missiles. This guy has decent damage dealt to him, but he doesn't look that bad. I don't know if it's just like armor or superstructure damage or what. Did those just go straight through? They may have just gone straight through or over. Could have been either one. There's a bunch of incoming missiles getting shot down, which don't appear to be properly targeted anyways. There's a couple that made it through though. Decent number actually, though the damage done seems minimal. Just breaking little chunks in. Let's get back up to the carrier, which seems to be doing pretty worse for wear. Oh yeah, good yikes on this guy. 89% health, and no longer facing the way he probably should be. Trying to reorient though. Doubtless 86, some skies at like 80s. Checking in on the air wing. Okay, so that Despot has managed to retreat, and his air wing is left to 8 members and then the 2 arc flashes. This one, meanwhile, is left to 6 flares and the 2 arc flashes. That's the long range guy. Consider yourself escaped. Now, with how much the air wing is left alive and still at or near 100%, Vltav's still looking pretty good in this battle. And if they manage to take out these attackers, then that's like half of the incoming fleet. And that means that Rodina may have a chance. We'll have to see. Oh, there's another Saffron killed. What are you doing, little guy? No turret, head empty. But, oh yep, there's where the turret went, I think. I wonder if it rammed this guy with the... I bet it rammed that guy with the barrel, and that's what clipped the turret off. So that probably, yep, another flare got shot down. You know, Dustbreaker, at this point you might as well try and ram. It'll be your best damage chance. Close. Doubtless is still around 86, hasn't taken too much more damage. Let's check out this Spear Long. Lost a lot of the central superstructure. I wonder if that was all on a spin block for decope reasons. Well, all I can say is there's still a lot of battle left. We'll see. There's a chance VBR will start taking a lot more damage to the aircraft once the Despot's down. But until then, they're still doing okay. Yeah, I think we got a sneak peek at the Saffrons when I pulled them apart in one of the beta battles, and they are kind of wild in design. Yeah, big battles are usually pretty bad, just because you can't tell what's going on. You got a Mandrake at 95, 98, 100, and 100. So they are all alive and kicking. Were they not? I thought they were. Or no, I was thinking of the Spearlongs. Let me look at the Saffron. Oh yeah, the short little guys. No, they have not been in the beta, you're right. Because yeah, it looks like it's just a dinky little gun and 8 missiles. I don't think it has any hidden torpedoes or anything like that. But I would not be surprised if this gun was like a 7x7 that was crammed into a seemingly 5-meter wide hull right here. The game speed, we're up over a third at least, so slightly better. That's kind of par for the course when I'm filming, but obviously it could be better. If I'd have realized this one was so big, I would have probably had an actual filmer do it, but at this point I already had all the blueprints prepped on my end, so didn't want to. Despot still chilling at 87. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? Oh! It touched, but it didn't do kinetic damage, I think. Or at least the crosswind. Oh nope, I think it did. Just the crosswind took a lot more damage than the Saffron did. And now he gets to fly, free from the constraints of the mortal realm. Oh, who's that? Is that just another? Oh, that's a Mandrake got killed. Did it? I think 2 Mandrakes collided over there, based on the proximity of 2 heavily damaged Mandrakes. A little bit sad. Checking in on the silences, we've got one at 90, one at 82, and that's the same one at 90. The third guy is somewhere. Is that him? That is him. 99. So they're doing better than a lot of previous battles where they quickly get chunked down to like 80. All of them. Despot is still 87. Still got the railgun going strong. The side armor, I bet, is only 1 heavy armor slope away from getting breached. Yeah. So it's vulnerable. There's a chance. But it'll need some actually dedicated fire coming in at that angle, which may not be consistent right at this point. That's the other Mandrake dead, I think. Meanwhile, the Spearlong here is bearing the brunt of the attention from the carrier. The Despot. %. 75 now. Oh, one of the rear turrets got clipped, which you might on a normal ship say, oh no, it lost one of the main guns, that's a big issue. But on this one, well, all the turrets are the same turret, I think. I'm pretty sure that turret right there is the same as that turret, is the same as that turret, and that turret. And the front turret. I don't know about the machine guns, if they are the same or not. Or if it's just the good-sized twins that are the same. Okay, that's, yeah, naturally. The machine guns are the same caliber as this guy, except only one bullet comes out of it instead of two. Because that's, everyone knows that's how machine guns work. Despot's still vibing at 87. Although if it lost its laser designator, then that's going to be a problem. You appear not to have a laser designator unless you've gone off target for some reason. Nope, it still has both of them. They're still there. They're just no longer able to face the way it is facing. For some reason. Is this thing bringing a carrier back, or aircraft back to repair it? It doesn't seem to have repair capabilities. Interesting. I think it's tentatively a Mjalltir dub, but the strategic implication of having this much damage done to your fleets is not good. Because like your Doubtless is at 84. A bunch of the silences are around 90 health. A bunch of Saffrons have been killed or heavily damaged. That Spearlong is probably going to die. And there's still a lot of flares left in the air. Actually, let's look at the fleets. So, okay, 1 arc flash and 5 flares are dead from this fleet. One, two, three, four, 3 flares. So 8 flares and 1 arc flash have been shot down, along with 2 mandrakes. So over half of the air wing is still in the air. And the 1 remaining despot is still active with a decent bit of his armament. Oh, rest in peace, a Duskbreaker, though. Don't know what happened to him. Probably just got caught by a missile or something. So this may, now this actually may be a Pyrrhic victory for Mjalltir, if it is even a victory at all, because it really weakens their ability to win at the capital. If you retreat the carrier, then aircraft can still get to it, even if they stay in the battle longer. Because at this point you've stayed alive long enough and proven that you're not getting like rushed down, so all of your aircraft have the speed advantage on the ships that are left here. So there would be no limits on your ability to retreat and still recover the aircraft. I do wish this battle was moving faster, though. That would make things a lot nicer. We can see... yeah. A lot of damaged Saffrons. And the Doubtless is now 83. And the Spearlongs are both going to die probably before all the planes get taken out. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like if the Biggest ship in this fleet is left at 80%. The next biggest couple are destroyed. The next few biggest are all left at 80. And then all the remaining craft are at like 80%, and that's not a great force to be able to contribute to the capital battle. And that is again presupposing that a lot of this doesn't die. Yep, this is truly one of the battles of all time, fellas. Oh, we got a huge voice chat contingent today. Hello, everyone. And even 24 people, along with myself. Did that crosswind? Probably just got caught by missiles. It may... I don't think it rammed anything. Still, again, a lot of flares left. And the arc flash is really not losing health quickly. I mean, Mandate have lost, or not Mandate, Vltavan have certainly lost some of their combat power, but I feel like they've still got half of it. And I think it's probably a similar case for Mjalltir and Vltavan. Yeah, the death spot behind the front, I think, is all empty. I think you've got like a engine section at the back, a combat section at the front with the missiles and the cannon, and everything in the middle is empty. Except for those lift blades. Oh, someone's sinking. A Saffron and a Dustbreaker are getting killed over there. Oh yeah, Dustbreaker is toast. And Saffron is very sunk, goodness. The other Saffrons over here are not looking too much better. 90, 70, and 60. Yeah. Be very careful what you do next. Kind of unfortunate these guys are getting drawn so far away from the battle. It's really not helping things. These two mandrakes are still up though, nothing's hitting them. I should probably get a good glance at them, make sure the evasion's not too unreasonable. If I can find them, that is. Nope, you're a flare. Here we go. Oh goodness, this guy's at 70. Surprisingly good job for being at 70, still flying. No weapons left though. This arc flash is at 87, still has most weapons remaining, but not all. Despot's taking a little bit more damage. Same with the Doubtless and its escorting spear longs. Doubtless still has all 4 main guns and a decent number of the VLS. And meanwhile, one of the spear longs is right over here. I don't know where the other one is. Must have been left further back somewhere. Check the energy of the... That's a nice missile salvo. Looks like one barrel has been damaged on this guy but not killed. Check the energy on the Despot. I can. The Despot has 30,000 energy and is recouping it. I don't know what the normal level is. Decent missile damage to the armor belt there, but I think they need to do a lot more damage than that. Right now they're just getting through some, is that reinforced decking and heavy armor beam slopes? Got Dustbreaker coming in for an attack run. Will he be able to do any fun stuff with diff? My bet is no. Or will he just ram it? Did someone just explode? Someone may have just exploded. Oh, Flare just ate it. Looks like. Well, those APS volleys are at least doing something in terms of health damage. But I think they're a long ways away from much actual damage. Is that a flare? Interesting, flare got AI sniped at 94%. Oh, Despot's lost another 1%. This spearlung here is not looking great. But it is at a good angle to fire into the side of the Despot. Too bad though that it is the non-weakened side. This is the side that we really love to fire into. But we'll see. I mean, that's a decent bit of fire going. And there's a decent chance they can disable some of those missiles which are eating into the Doubtless. I would tend to okay. VBR has decided to retreat and leave the remaining Mjalltir and survivors to fight at Rodina. I assume, do you want your fleet to still continue on and get involved in those other battles I mentioned? Okay. So after this one, Your fleet will fight Norholland Defense Squadron, which should be a pretty quick and easy one. I think it's like 1 or 2 ships. If I can find it. Okay, it's 2 Saffrons, 2 Malachites, so probably a pretty quick and easy battle. And yeah, if you still want to end it, we can pause and get health. I kind of feel like it's worth it to just keep it running a little bit longer. I don't know, I feel like we're close enough to getting more results, but if you do want to retreat, then that is your prerogative. I think this is still winnable for VBR. Like, I think your Despot is going to kill the Doubtless. And then after that, if no one else is going after the Despot, it'll be able to do some more damage against the other ships and clean up stuff like the Silence and the Spearlongs. It'll take a decent bit of time, but I'm not sure that swap into the capital battle makes this too much faster. Oh. Disabled rear gun there. Oh, do they restock each other? Let's see. That arc flash is looking good. This guy, which is in space, it's a Dustbreaker in space. Arc flash is still doing good. Arc flash is still doing good. These guys, the flares have about 1,000 each, or more. Some of them are fully stocked. But alrighty, we will end it here. Oh, well, okay, understandable, Graver. Did you get anything spawned in, or? I mean, I think it'll be a pretty long battle, especially if you have to spawn in these guys and do damage to them. Let me look up the full fleet comp, because I feel like the forces I've got spawned in right now are like half of it. Okay, there's 4 fleets from Mjalltir, and then there's first battle squadron. So it's literally the size of this battle, pretty much. Especially after the atrophy this fleet has suffered. And is continuing to suffer as I leave the game unpaused. Doubtless now down to 69% with the entire superstructure killed. Welcome to the continuation, where we have now arrived at the capital, Rodina, of the Vltavan Brotherhood, complete with the great Casselcastle with huge missiles, none of which have been embezzled. There were always meant to be 3. We've got a statue of the Commodore. That guy actually gives him an extra 1 stability, by the way. And then we've got this big skimmer, the if this somehow wins. Which, I mean, this guy is like half the cost of... no, this guy I think is the same cost as that attacking Umamasume fleet. So it may be enough to help them somehow win. I am astonished we're moving at above a quarter speed, but I will not complain. Let's go ahead and get the decoy view. Nope. Ah! Why? Where even am I? Oh, I am leagues away. Okay. Here we go. Both incoming fleets did step on some minefields, and which caused some damage, like that hole there. It did not cause this. I bet the huge missile did that while I was stuck underwater. If not, it could have been the cram from the if this somehow wins. But that is not the most auspicious start for the UMS Eichenfla. Now the fleets are arranged that way. Umamasume engages first, followed up by the Mjalltir reinforcements that traveled the same route but slower, and then the Mjalltir ships that got caught up in the previous battle are even further away. So as time goes on, the attacking forces will increase. And I am aware that Castle may give an order at a certain point. Let's see if he has tried to. Castle will be trying to escape in the tunnels if the Casselcastle gets below 80%. Yep, I saw the 12 in that one. It's like a DC 13 or 14, so I didn't count the 12 for extra damage last time. Oh, these aren't crams, those are rails. Okay, I thought they were. Are they decoed with cram parts? I think they are. A little bit. Crams are one of the sets that have pretty good deco parts. No, actually, that's not a cram part. It's just similar to the way crams are made. Maybe that middle one is, actually. I don't recognize it, but I know it's, if it's anything, it's a cram part. Okay, the if it somehow wins is looking at 91%. The Eichenfla is at 90, with much of that damage from the mines and the turret pop. Or at least the turret cap pop. And a big chunk out of the superstructure. Meanwhile, the Casselcastle is at 94. Let's see where its damage is at. I think as long as the huge missiles in the middle stay intact, it's not doing too badly. There also are defensive guns that have all been killed, unless they also got cut for budget reasons. I can't remember seeing them or not. Oh, it too has diff poles. I think those are those diff Sea-Wiz or like rail Sea-Wiz or something? Massive HE poles for taking out big missiles. Cool. Well, the huge missiles are still intact, so every now and then we'll keep getting some of those launched. Oh, this Maruzinski is not looking good. It ate a lot of damage. I don't know if that was some rails or huge missiles. I really need to try and catch the huge missiles next time. Oh, speaking of things that I should catch. I thought this guy was going to ram him. It's going to be close with that drift, but it will not quite ram the Creed. Okay, so already, if the somehow wins, is down 1/8 of its health and 1/4 of its main armament. Plus a lot of the missiles too, seemingly. So it is not looking too great for Vltav in this continuation battle. The Casselcastle is at 93.
Where the planes spawned.
At least they do have pretty big bombs. Oh, I am way over here. Okay. Oh, that's not ideal, guys. Oh, this guy also lost his forward turret to something too. Looks like a big missile or something got in underneath. Oh, all the turrets are gone. Goodness. What even got these guys? Something from below and behind. Interesting. Turn off both of your movements. Yeah, that is not a good result for the Aishin Fla here. Both the ramming and the complete lack of turrets. Okay, well I think I'm gonna go hang out with the Casselcastle. And see... Oh, it did just launch some huge missiles, that's what I was hoping for. Let's see where these guys go. It's gonna be really funny if just like huge missile, heavily armored emplacements become the meta for capital defense or similar. I have been pinged 4 times, and 3 of them are in VC. Yes, do run the castle in the tunnel spy action thing, whatever that is. Sounds intriguing. This seems like it's not going to be good for the flagship of the Uma fleet. Oh, yep, it almost certainly was those huge missiles then that popped the other turrets. Because they seem to have an inclination to go low and do a lot of damage. And that kind of matches the description of how some of these spots were popped. I'll bet it's on the right side though, because it's mostly been left broadsiding. But, oh well. Based on the damage profile, these guys might be low angle frag? I'm not sure. Back to the Casselcastle. 90% health. The damage to the front is starting to reach the heavy armor cube. But it appears to be very multi-layered before you even get to the silos, so I think it'll hold for quite a while. Honestly, huge missiles surrounded by heavy armor and a lot of stone may be a pretty meta defense. Castle has requested me to find the super yacht. Is that it? The grand and glorious, if this somehow wins, at 77%. Still got 3/4 of its main armament. Still has that top gun and a couple of the side ones. And it's kind of vibing. Mainly focusing fire on the Aishin Fla. And or, no, just that thing. Bit of a skill issue on that shell, but the other one at least hit. Yeah, 61%. This guy's probably not going to survive the battle. Uh-oh. Okay, not as close as I thought it was. But it is only a matter of time before this guy rams someone with how densely these ships are packed. Ooh, that's some good damage to the middle there. Now below 3/4 health. Okay, you want this to retreat. If this somehow wins... Oh. Easy enough.
3. I thought I saw it set to 0 meters. I don't think that's retreat. But
Well, the retreat, that's what the retreat is. That's like, why does retreat go to combat distance of 0? Also, glory to Vltava. Most of the Maruzinskis are still alive. I really hope that didn't... Did it immediately just retreat into something that caused it to lose too much of something? Are the engines dead? Surely not. I think they are. It could... Surely didn't run out of fuel, though. Okay, hopefully those two things... may have already sunk too far. Either that ramming and loss of momentum or the swap to the retreat settings really did not help. If you want, I can see if I can explosion boost it back into the air, but I doubt it will do more harm than good. Yeah, I think he's just gonna sink here. Well, at least he rammed the Creed here. Very unfortunate though otherwise. Oh, the Aishin Flaw in the meantime has been killed. Let me turn your AI back on because you can no longer ram him. So you've got a full health and 80% Maruzinski. Looks like the other ones are dead. And the Casselcastle is still vibing at 90%. The if this somehow wins has definitely been taking most of the attack. Most of the attention. Oh, the Aishin flash. Did the end get cut off? Was that... that could have been a bot thing. There's a chance that got stored as like a 32-digit something. Yes, the flash is dead. Same with all but 2 of the escorts. Meanwhile, Vltav... Oh, are the returning Saffrons finally here? The ones from the previous battle? Looks like it. Looks like some of them are arriving. Checking the map mode, we can see that only the Doubtless is still at long range. The rest is all closed up. 1, 2, 3... Oh, yep. All 6 Super Mandrakes are still in the air. Though they all are damaged. And the Casselcastle, meanwhile, is still vibing. Yeah, a bit of a yikes for the... if this somehow wins. It was still doing well before then. Oh yeah, with battles this big, it's hard to see much of anything. Really, all that you get to see is wherever the screen happens to be directed, which is usually less than a third of the actual stuff you want to see. If we're lucky, I notice what the main thing that's eating damage is, but that is no guarantee. Like in this battle, it may just be the best I can do to follow the huge missiles whenever they get launched from the Casselcastle. Which I don't see a set that's been sent right now. So yeah, right now I think most of the at least anti-ship fire will be dedicated towards the Casselcastle. And I think in turn most of the firepower that's coming from the defenses will be those huge missiles, so. Rest in peace to the statue of the Commodore. I'm gonna have to remove his stability bonus from that. Oh, little interceptors. Alright, there's the huges. Let's see where they go. Looks to me like this poor little 79% Marazinski will soon be a less than 55% Marazinski. Unless it's got some pretty high missile surviving capability. Or these guys both hit somewhere stupid. But even if they do, there's a third one on its way. Ooh, 74%. And 2 misses. Consider yourself lucky, pal. Nope, can't respawn the statue. It's already been lost. Still 90% despite an increase in incoming fire. Oh, rest in peace, a Saffron. I think it's kind of easy to tell what happened here. Oh, there is a third Marazinski still up. Again, Mjalltir, you're letting these uncivilized partner countries walk or ram all over you. Can't believe you do it. Yep, you've got the 65% Marazinski that ate that huge missile a minute ago, and then I guess there's only one other one at 96. Yeah, because we're not going to have the in-game recording, this really will be a long video. I'll probably speed up huge sections of it, but only so much I can do in that regard. Alright, we got another batch of huge missiles. This guy may be inside their minimum turning radius, if I'm not mistaken. Unless they go, oh, they're going for someone else. Probably for the best. Is it going to be the other Marazinski? I think so. Or are they still trying to get to that guy? Well, huge L for the huge missiles. Where are they going? This was your shot. Castle, I think you're gonna have to execute whoever's on missile command here. Super Mandrake's dead over there. I think this is not going to be a good one for Rodina. We are 7% away from Castle fleeing to the tunnels. Yeah, it's just the... okay, 60% instead. Oh, dude. You don't want to do this. You do not want to do this. You are hurt enough without being on the ground as well. Okay. There go the Huges. I think they're going for the Mjalltir that is within their minimum turning radius again. Yup. It is at least this time stationary. But stationary doesn't matter if you can't hit it. Now, this is a classic time for a crowbar spy action. And it can go both ways. So there's going to be a crowbar and a counter crowbar action here. So if Castle wins, if this is a high roll, then he's going to be able to destroy this beached vessel, and his huge missile will be effective again. If it is a low roll, a very low roll, then Castle will get captured by the boarding party. Are y'all ready? It's very mediocre. That's tragic. Nope, it needed to be on an extreme, not just slightly above 10. Nope, that means nothing happens, and we'll re-roll later. Oh, wait. They're coming back! I was not expecting that. I knew that it's possible for missiles to do that, but I did not think it would happen here. Did a little bit of damage. Okay, the Casselcastle is at 84, and the game speed is almost 40%. Look at that. That's not a good sign. Only 2 huge missiles fired this time. But what is a good sign is that they may have a new target.
Hey Luke, can the Fick guy that disabled the nuke try to capture Castle?
Yes, he technically can, but he is in a bunker way out in the bay, over yonder somewhere, so he will have a very difficult time. I wonder if these missiles must be remote guided, right? Hope a Superman Drake killed.
Fick RNG, roll for it.
Alright, while we're watching that guy, I will roll. Unless we want Falley's roll to count. I don't know if that was intended for it. Okay. You're gonna need like a 19 or a 20. 17 will not cut it. It's high, but it's not enough. I mean, 17 will get your agent to the land, and he can maybe try later. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big, huge missile L. Oh! The Mjalltir here. May be getting killed. It may honestly be worth putting your AI back on so you can beat yourself so you can't sink. Operation 10 Go style. But it will open you up to another crowbar roll. Okay. Well, you're not going to sink now. Alright, we've now got another crowbar and counter crowbar roll. Once again, low is... what was it last time? Low is good for castle? No. Low is good for Uma, high is good for castle. Yeah. Uh-oh, high is good for castle. And 14 is high enough to earn this guy an explosion. We'll put it just closest to the front. Not much damage. Let's get back to the Casselcastle here. So... the heavy armor brick remains intact, but it has been, it's getting eaten through. People have broken over 2.5 meters of heavy armor. Does this guy have ammo issues? No, it should have plenty. I'm not sure then why these aren't fully, active. Unless there's a... doesn't seem to be internal damage. Wait. Is there internal damage getting in through the embezzled missile tube? That would be funny.
Now that I'm closer, can I roll again?
We'll give you a roll again. You're going to want a high number here. That is another high number. You are now inside the fort. In the meantime, Castle, would you like to try to send your best and brightest down under the bay to try and rearm the nuke? This will be even harder than the thing that your enemy just did. Uh-oh. They've reached the nuke. They'll have to roll again later to try and rearm it. Oh, it's below 60%. Castle is retreating. Castle's heading into the tunnels. Alright. Will he get killed by a stray bomb as he flees? High is good for Castle here. Okay, not bad. He's fine. Will he run into the thick agent and get robo-stabbed? Again, high is good for Castle. Not low enough for him to get robo-stabbed. Okay, or grabbed alive. Again, it's too mid for it to matter. And then, in the tunnels, or in the underneath the bay, can the best and brightest of Vltava's scientists manage to refuse the nuke? High is good for Castle. Nope. No success, but no permanent damage. They will get one more attempt. Right as the Casselcastle falls. Too bad I didn't roll that. Let's see. Okay. One more for the nuke. 19 or 20. And it will go off. 19 with reduced effect. Okay, the nuke is critically disabled. Nope, not best of 3. And meanwhile, one more chance for the thick agent to
If the
grab
natural
Castle.
1 was rolled, doesn't it just blow up him?
Well, he's not near the nuke. Nukes don't do that. Okay, last chance to grab Castle. High is good for Castle. He escapes. Rest in peace. Castle has escaped. The nuke has not gone off. And Rodina has been captured by its enemies with significant casualties. The Uma fleet is down to just like 1 ship. Don't you? No, guys, please, no. You've come this far. Alright, the Casselcastle's despawning. We'll leave it paused from here. So that's the battle. 2 Marazinskis have barely survived. The one that Beach actually got killed. Decent number of Saffrons, some Sky classes, the Doubtless, and then somewhere far in the distance is another Doubtless. Or a Saffron. So there's stuff over there and yonder. But that is it. Rodina has fallen. Thank you all for watching.